it to Koh Samui Airbnb complex. I don't know what to call it. Villa. Absolutely amazing. It's night time now, so you're not appreciating the full view. We'll get a video in the morning. And wow. We'll do a little tour of it in the morning. Pool room. Like the pool's overlooking, I'm assuming it's the bay, like the sea, like land with lights a few miles across the other side. And yeah, it looks absolutely stunning. I'm crashing here tonight on the sofa till I then check into the W Luxury Resort tomorrow. And tonight we got the full moon party, so it's going to be a big one. We're here with the wedding gang, as they're collectively known. Courtney and Tress. What's happening tonight, guys?
I'm alright for now.
Full moon party! Woo!
And what does that mean?
It's a full moon.
Correct. Well, I hope so, otherwise it's false advertising. The Benga bus is coming and everybody's jumping. To New York to San Francisco, intercity disco. Full moon, here we come, baby! Woo! TNT all the way! TNT! Sound a bit like Pitbull from the boat trip yesterday, the Porto party bus have got nothing on Koh Samui. Should we talk full moon parties while I'm laying here? Because it's very unlike me to be laying here in the sun on the beach. But to satisfy that part of me which feels like I'm not doing anything, we'll do something productive and make a video. And it's going to be full moon party, Koh PHANGAN. There's two ways this can go, and both would be a very accurate description of it, depending on who you are and what your mindset is. One would be, it's absolute dog shit, a waste of time, and full of bell ends. And the other one would be, it's a banging party, carnage, great fun, and has got to be done. I'm sitting somewhere in the middle with this one, all right? Didn't start off well, because we had to get the boat from Koh Samui across. Bought tickets beforehand. Now we're in Thailand, on the island, so I was expecting some queuing, a little bit of mayhem, a few bell ends, and idiots. But this was exag. 2 hours. Let's keep it short. You just picture this. 2 hours, stood on a beach, looking at boats coming back and forth that you weren't getting on, and would slowly get closer to the water's edge. A lot of people already drunk, trying to push in, trying to skip between the two lines to get ahead, push in, shove in. Pretty suboptimal, to be honest with you. The boats were just small private boats. I thought they would have had like more of a quite like a passenger ferry, but more that type of geared up for a lot of passengers. Then she got on the boat. Girl spotted my Welsh accent, and I was swearing at everyone to stop pushing me. So it's quite funny. She didn't have a Welsh accent from Bridgend. I was like, well, she's like, oh yeah, I've got a Welsh accent. I said, why? I said, you're just snobbing, yeah. She laughed. I was like, if you're from Bridgend, you ain't got a Welsh accent, you're a snob. And she'd been living in England for 6 years. I was in the Marines for 17 years. Still got a Welsh accent, not as strong, still. And the boat we got on, I was the last one to make the cut as well. That was Carnage. Got across there, a few groups had already gone ahead, so we had to try to link up with them. And it fitted the theme with a lot of the things out here that I've gone in blindly to. Maybe show my ignorance, that it wasn't what I was expecting it to be. For some reason, my romantic little head, we were going to get on a boat to take us to a little secluded beach. There'd be a few stalls there, be a few hippies, people, loads of space, people spaced out on the beach. Just some good music and having a nice time. And it wasn't that, it was what I should have imagined it to be. Loads of people pissed up, pushing, acting like dickheads. The little buckets of booze were well priced. Loads of good food as well on the stalls. And yeah, and then there's two ways you can go with this, isn't it? It's like, well, I was in the mindset of I can't wait to get that island and then do a video because I'm going to rip it a new one from the 2-hour wait and all that bollocks. But then he got there, there's a bit of music on, met up with the guys, got in the spirit. And we're like, all right, let's chill out. So we got down to had to walk through the town first. It's like a full-on town again. I suspect to turn up on a beach. I was like, oh no, there was infrastructure, bars, all through the town. Got down to the front and the music was on and everything, and yeah, and it was bouncing. A lot of people. And there's two ways you can go. You can either be fed up about it and just go, oh, this isn't really what I want, and sulk, or you can go, let's just take it for what it is and experience it. Now, one thing is for sure. If you want to go somewhere and find the biggest collection of dickheads and assholes, then that's the place to be. And if you go into it knowing that, then you can make peace with it and just try and ignore it as much as you can as well. The way I like to go with these, because I got to accept I'm not in the mindset of most of the people there. Young, they're travelling, they're out here, party, like I was back in the day. They're drunk, so we all know what happens when we get drunk. So you've got to take it with a pinch of salt and go, all right, they're in a different place to me. That's part of the town. You come to a party like that, you've got to accept you haven't gone for a quiet night in. My outlook on it is something I got from my best friend Paul, Tramp 2 in my Tramp Face books and adventures. Was he had this thing where if we went somewhere and it was somewhere a little bit different to what we'd normally go, whatever, you could see he'd be stood there like eyes wide going, I love this, oh, this is amazing, and he'd be really overly enthusiastic about something that I knew he didn't really love. But it was just his thing. He was just like, yeah, I don't really love it, and I wouldn't normally do it, but it's happening in front of me. And because of those reasons, I am just going to open my eyes, suck it in, and enjoy it and experience it. But yeah, he just like see straight through him. I was like, you don't love it, mate. But he did. He loved that he was getting to see and experience it when he wouldn't normally go anywhere near that thing. So he had a really great outlook where you could tell this isn't this thing. But you know what? I'm here, and I'm going to soak it up. So I take that into a lot of things I do these days. One of the best things I ever got off him. And that's what I went into this. I had a little sulk when I first got there. With crap, lost everyone. There's piss everywhere and bottles everywhere. Idiots everywhere. People getting burnt with cigarettes. I thought, well, it's a one-off. It's a full moon. It's a stag party. Yeah. Just go with it. And once I settled into that, and then we found a little bit of space away from like where we got bottlenecked into the first part of it. Once we pushed out towards the water a little bit, found a bit of space. We settled down a bit then. Went to watch the fire rope jump in. Best man, Tyler, got involved. Got burned 3 times. So we had to go to the medical station and then follow up medical treatment the next day. Sounds good. And then we just found our own little space and chilled out and enjoyed it. until it was time to head back. Probably one of the best choices I've seen in life is reversing a car into the party coming out of the full moon. He's heeded my advice. Carnage once again ensued. The queues to get back on the boats were just the same. It was never going to be any different, apart from there was even more dickheads shouting and pushing and all the rest of it. So I came out of the bathroom with the groomsman.
I do not give my consent for videotape right now.
We're doing the conversation again. So I said, he's doing my head in, which is a British term. And I want to know what the American equivalent is.
Of what?
Hey, he's doing my head in.
Your head in?
If I said you're doing my head in, it means I'm really annoyed with you.
Oh, you're driving me crazy.
Okay.
You're driving
I mean, that's closer than your ones of...
There's more space.
Yeah, you're doing my head in. You're annoying
This was
me.
like, oh, you're a thorn in my side. I was like, nah, it's above that.
We don't say that. We say like,
You're
annoying. You're like, you're a piece of shit.
I know, I get that, and it is on that level, but it's a level above. So what would you be? What would be your level above
There
that?
is no system. We have to push the front to get on. Do you want to push the front with me? Because I'm going in. I'm going in on.
He's
I
on
want to
camera
go.
now saying she wants to push
Fuck
in.
you. Push to the front.
So, Care, which is Tatsini's nickname, I found out. Everyone calls her Care, which I, of course, asked why. Nobody knows why. It's just what we call her. It's fair enough. It's like me and Paul as well, who I just mentioned. Call each other Jono. Text, email, phone call, online, anything, any communication, voicemail, would start with Jono. And we never knew why. She went up to one of the private boat guys who were offering the course. There's a market for it. You want to get back, you're tired, you've had a few drinks, dark, it's late/early, it's like 5 a.m. You're going to pay a little bit more to get across on a private boat.
$4,000. Who got 4,000?
Okay.
I can participate.
We can split.
Okay, now. Mua lấy nè, cái này.
They say they pay four.
Which one?
Lôi ta liền luôn anh lẹ.
Everybody else has $1,000.
Okay, 1,000. 3,000.
4,000.
4,000.
I'll see Emma. Get off. So we signed up to one of these. And Jesus.
On board. You're good.
I've been on a few boats in my life, of course, 17 years in the Royal Marines. And this was, I don't even think a group of desperate Somali pirates would have got on one of these bad boys. Right? Skiff, right, was being polite for what type of boat it was. Loaded up, I sat at the back, of course, to observe proceedings. And then he had the driver. I take my hat off to him. Actually, he was paying attention. We were flying across the water, and he stood up. He had the big long lever to steer it, and he didn't stop moving. He was constantly looking and trying to assess brakes. Right, and fair play to him. Yeah, someone less skilled, we probably would have got into a drama. We didn't. So yeah, that flying across, and actually it was quite nostalgic for me because I'd had a few drinks, and yeah, like that, didn't you? After a few drinks, thinking back to my days in the Marines where we'd go in the UK, it was shit because it'd just be cold and wet being on a boat. But when we go on trips to Belize and like South Carolina, Florida, USA, Jungle, Borneo, and we do the boat stuff, it's great. Thanks. You know what I mean? You got the warm sea air in your face as opposed to Baltic British wind. So yeah, just sat there in the dark, flying across the water. It's getting a little bit nostalgic. So actually, turned out to be a good shout. Quite an enjoyable little ride back. And then we got back. For some reason, I thought we'd all go to bed. We didn't. Tequila came out. The pool in the Airbnb villa was inviting us in. We all jumped in and watched the sun come up, which then exposed that view from the villa, which was just as magnificent as I thought it was going to be. Yeah, amazing. Exactly the type of picture, perfect setting I imagined an island in Thailand to have. So it was great watching that come up.
What have you got to say for yourselves?
That I have tits for days.
Yes, she does. Beach.
I still don't know what I got tits for
Did you
days
go down to
means.
the beach?
Like I have really good tits.
I will when you tell me what I got tits for days means.
It means
What?
I have great
Did
tits.
you go down to the beach? You did go down to the beach.
What? When? Who?
You're lying.
This is a hard brick.
I don't appreciate it.
So our conclusion for the full moon party is try and find a better way of getting there other than our boat. Maybe go over to the island earlier in the day or stay on the island is going to be your best bet. Just be prepared. Take it for what it is. It's an experience. If you've got a chance, yeah, go and do it. Go and see it. But don't get your expectations too high on what it's going to be like. And just enjoy the atmosphere when you get there. Get off the boat, go through all the little market towns, get your face or your arm and chest painted, have some of the great food. Probably just avoid going into like the mosh pit, busy areas. You're going to get an elbow in the face or whatever. Try and find a quieter spot, which at our load, push down the beach from the bottleneck area and you'll find a nice spot where you can sit down and soak it all in. So yeah, it was good. I'm not going to put it down. Like I said, went into it with an open mind and coming out of it with an open mind. It's got its good points, it's got its bad points. And overall, it's a positive experience.